What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Larry, and this show is called Let's Open Some Toys. This is episode 32. Can you believe it? Episode 32 of this live streaming show that I started uh, probably just about a year ago, technically. Keep getting notifications on it. All right. Before we get started in opening up some toys, I'm gonna say hello to the chat real quick. Only a couple people at the moment. We got Mr. Ryan Clark. How's it going, my friend? I hope you're having a fantastic evening. And if I sound any better or different compared to how I usually sound, I have a different mic. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. So that is a reason. So I'm not using the mic off of the cam this time. Got a separate mic. I think it sounds a little bit better when I was testing it out. So, and we'll say hello to my girlfriend Chaos, who's always popping up in the chat. I still got to get her set up to be a moderator at some point to help keep an eye on the craziness that sometimes happens in the chat, but not a whole lot. And of course, Mr. Ryan Clark says hi to Chaos as well. So yes, as in the thumbnail, if you have seen, I planning on opening 2 items today. Because one was what I got in the mail on Tuesday, which is this massive, brand new Masters of the Universe Origins Castle Grayskull, the Mark Taylor recolor. So we got that. Yeah, see, yeah, it sounds good. I think it sounds better. I don't think it has that echo, as much of an echo as the mic on the cam had. But of course, like I said, we got that Castle Grayskull to open and unbox. I don't know if I'll put the stickers on tonight because I don't have the camera set up. So I'm actually debating if I'm actually going to want to open that. But I did say I was going to open it, so we're going to do it. And of course, I got this in this morning. But everyone on the Instagram, all the toy tuber guys, all the toy photographers, and that is the Gong Studios Batman Hush Batman 1/12 scale. This arrived today. I wasn't actually expecting it until Tuesday. Then it said Wednesday, and then it arrived today. So, yay, Postal Service. So I've been really looking forward to getting this. I'm going to blame Yimbo. Yimbo reviews everything. I'm blaming him for this. I'm gonna give him all the credit for me buying this because I also pre-ordered the Superman. So, and Mr. Ryan Clark says he is very close. Well, I was gonna get off of BBTS, but they were sold out on BBTS, and I actually got this from Toe Collectibles, for 115. For him and also 115 for Superman. I've seen him listed other places too, but they ship quick because they're out of Pennsylvania, at least their warehouse is anyway. So yeah, so trying to decide what I want to do first. Do we just break into the Batman first and then the castle? What do y'all say? I don't know how to. I mean, everyone keeps bringing up these like how to put up a poll. I have not, I've not figured out how to do the poll thing yet. So. But say, oh, we got another person hopping up in the chat. We got my buddy Johnny here. What's up, Johnny? How's it going, my friend? I hope you're doing well tonight. Go with my heart. Yeah, see, Johnny votes for Batman. And Ryan Clark says, go with your heart. Yeah, I think we'll do the easy thing first and go with the Castle Grayskull last, especially if I need to reset up something so we can get a better view. But the thing is, this is one of the only things I was planning on opening tonight. But I made a trip to a toy store in my vicinity. Johnny says he's been playing the Remnant too. Okay, cool. But we made it to a toy store in further up north in Ohio. Still southern Ohio. It's not too far from Cincinnati, in Fairfield, Ohio. We went to a place called the Toy Department, which is a really nice toy store. It carries a lot of obviously retro stuff. They buy and sell toys. Obviously, they buy any collection. Didn't bring anything to sell, but we did pick up more than I was expecting to buy. So I want you to just take my money away and just say, no, Larry, you can't buy anything. But we did pick up a few other things I do want to kind of bring up. One of which is something I've been hoping to pick up for a while. And the toy department is a really cool store. So if you're ever in the Cincinnati area, say check them out over in Fairfield, the toy department. I actually will bring them up a little bit on. I'll bring up their Instagram. We'll say, Diggy Dale, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Welcome. But see, I picked up this 112 Collective Mezco Deluxe box set. They had 2 of these in stock at the toy department. They had, this one was $350, so it was about $50 cheaper because normally $400. They had a fully sealed, never opened one. This one was used, so we will. I don't know if I'll be opening that tonight. So yeah, Power Rangers. Yeah, because that's what got me started back into collecting was Power Rangers, and I've been wanting to get this set. I actually need to make sure I go on Mezco's website and take myself off that wait list because I did put myself on there because they were sold out. Someone says they have a sad message for me. Well, I'm not bringing your thing up, J family. Also, they do carry Mythic Legions at this toy store at the toy department, and I was able to pick up this guy. And because I keep pronouncing these guys' names wrong, Valix, right? Because I need more vampire guys. This one I was tempted to pick up when I was at Legion's Con, and I didn't, so I got him there. Plus a couple other Mythic Legions things. This was a Mythic Legions figure, a vampire guy named Valix. I'm not sure what year he came out, but these guys are made by Four Horsemen Studios. And Jay family says they had a sad message for me. It says dog passed away because she had cancer. Oh, that's awful. Yeah, and I also got a couple magic effects. I got the heroic and evil magic effects. They had those there. But that's not all. There's 3 more items I picked up. One of which is a Masters of the Universe Origins Point Dread and Thailand Fighter for only $15. They had this thing there. Oh, I know. Plus, my brother's going to be mad about this one. This is the only one they had in stock there of the Masters of the Universe motion picture Evil Lyn. So I picked her up as soon as I saw her. I was like, yep, need her. But I've also been looking for the new 52 Hawkman for my Justice League Superpower JLA shelf. It was Legion's Con all over again. Not quite. It wasn't $3,000. It wasn't $3,000, but it was a lot of money. I mean, just like I said, the Mezco one was $350 by itself. He was $25 for this DC Collectibles new 52 Hawkman. He's going to go well on my one shelf, which I still need to find either a new 52 Robin or Nightwing in a 90s or late 90s, early 2000s JLA Wonder Woman figure. He says, nice. Diggy Dale asks if I have any Dragon Ball Z figures. I do not. My girlfriend does. But, of course, the last thing I did pick up was this regular version of Pale in Adventure armor. They actually had this only one in stock. So I'm only technically missing one figure. I guess really 2 because the PowerCon exclusive. Says, I'm going to go no Dragon Ball. Well, Chaos, my girlfriend, she does, but they're all stored away currently. But we don't typically collect like Dragon Ball a whole lot. I do have Gundam. I do have some Gundams. She said, hey, Diggy says, tell your girlfriend to show them sometime. Show some next time. Maybe we'll see if we can't make that happen. But yeah, so I finally got this regular version of Pale. So now I currently have all 3 versions of Pale from Animal Warriors of Kingdom. And by the way, that the toy department also carried some of the original like 4-inch scale figures as well. Yes, sir. Yes. But then again, if you are new here, I'm a very small channel, so if you like what I do here, please hit that like button and think about subscribing. It will help the channel grow and get me to more eyeballs, I guess. So yeah, let's start with. We're not going to open up all these. We're only going to open up the 2 items in the thumbnail because I don't want this to be like a 5-hour show. Let's see, what is this? It says chaos. I kind of want enough for her. Also, I love seeing. Yes, yeah, she picked. Yeah, I got her that too. She like, oh my god, he's so cute. I need him. Like, yeah, they had a bunch. They had the Hordak, very homage, and the web store homage figures there too. Thank you very much, Diggy Dale, for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Like I said, any little bit helps. I've been slowly growing this channel for the last few years. I started, I think it was 2021 when I started actually doing the reviews and stuff. But we'll go ahead and let's rip this plastic, covering off of this box so we can get into this first soft goods Batman I've ever armored. Broski, no problem. All right, brother. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into him and see if I can't get this plastic wrap off of it. And, oh my God. I can get it open. There we go. And it's very interesting because I actually noticed this when someone had an early release of the Superman figure I saw on Instagram. But I didn't know the window with the figure was going to be on the back like this. So it's very interesting. Get a closer look at this box. Got the Jim Lee artwork on it. You got the warning along the side here. Yeah, there are, yes, the toy department, there is a lot more at that place. Got Batman silhouette. And got more stuff here on the back with a nice window showing the figure. Again, I blame Yimbo of Yimbo Reviews Everything for me picking this up, and probably other YouTubers or toy tubers or toy influencers on Instagram. But this is my first soft goods Batman, so let's see what I really think about him. Because I mean, we do have a Mezco Constantine that we've never taken out. So here we got a little product description sheet. It shows all the accessories, all in black and white. So, I mean, I'm not really familiar with Gong Studios, but like I said, this was on Yimbo's top list. I think it was his number. This is either number 2 or his number 3 for 2025. So we'll see if this makes it on my list for 2026. We got Joshua McDonald, $20. $20? Okay. I don't know what that is. So here we got this Batman's got this nice bit of plastic here on his cape. Ooh, I love the kind of leathery texture. I wonder if it's going to focus on it at all. That's on this cape, on the outside of the cape. It's so cool. And it's wired on, looks like it's wired on practically every seam. Yes, every seam here is wired. Ooh. This guy is really cool. Wow. Now, I've heard some people had some issues that have had, I think someone had a leg break or something. I'm not selling any action figures. Have sell. I'm not selling figures at the moment. I have stuff I'm probably going to try to sell later on, but none of this. This is not a selling channel. This is stuff I just got. This is stuff I'm opening, unboxing. These are stuff for my personal collection. I spent way more than $20 on, because this guy was, like I said, 115 and free shipping and no tax. So yeah, flat 115 on this guy. He looks up really well. Says, please. No, we're not doing that. But this Batman, like I said, $115 for this. And I got him off of Toe Collectibles. Toe Collectibles, like Toho or Toku. Oh, look at that. That is insane. I think this is like the largest wired cape on any 1/12 scale action figure. Maybe if I ever start a whatnot, I'll start selling some stuff online, I guess, but I don't plan on it. I do love that texture though. That texture blows me away on that cape. Mr. Ryan Clark says, "Don't break it, but if you can show the hip leg articulation, that would be great." Well, this he's moving pretty good for me, but then again, he wasn't outside for that long. Arms, full T pose. You got, oh yeah, he moves really nice. I can't really see the bicep. Hang on, I can't even see where I'm moving at. There it is. Moves really nice there. It is a double jointed elbow. That's good. Got the rotation at the wrist, obviously. I don't know. Is it one of those like figure arts where it kind of just rotates and you can kind of just pivot where, I think? I don't know. Yes, I think it's something like similar to a figure art on that wrist. I am kind of annoyed with the belt already because it's so floating around. I wish it would stay in place a bit more. Leg. There we go. Goes out about there. Yeah, turns pretty well here at the thigh. Double jointed knee. Oh, he doesn't fully kick his own butt, but he gets decently, I guess. There is no boot swivel. You know, there seems to be a little bit of swivel at the knee, but no boot swivel. I love the shading that's around the boot. You got your pivot there. Yeah, you got your rocker. Actually, I think it's on a ball joint on the foot, so I don't think it's a rocker. I just think it's a straight up ball joint. So that's cool. I only have one other figure that has a ball joint on the foot, but that's the non-official Green Ranger figure I got. That's a 1/12 scale soft goods. That's kind of the design based off of the Superpower Beatdown. But yeah, so far he moves really well. I'm not having any issues. I'm not seeing any problems. The suit is really nicely sewn together. Nice stretchy material. You can kind of, when the light hits it a certain way, you kind of see this plastic sheening through. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I just wish the belt would sit a little bit better. I mean, I could sit it down a little bit. It does have a separate low waist swivel as well. But yeah, the legs move pretty good on mine. Of course, he's been sitting in my bedroom in a really warm room for a few hours since he got in this morning. That is like a slight raised rubber piece. It's not printed. That's on his chest. So that's interesting. Let's see if I can focus on him and not on me. Come on now. But yeah, so yeah, other than that, there we go. Even though this, I might want to heat up his right thigh a little bit, his right leg up a little. Mr. Ryan Clark says, I have an idea for a Batman photo with him crouching down to the ground. So I'm hoping he has that kind of range. Well, I've seen some really nice pictures. I've seen people doing some really cool things. I'm not sure how, I mean, this is how high I can seem to get it right now for that. So, I mean, you got some nice bend there. Hang on, but that's about as far down as foot's going to point. Like I said, it looks like it's just on a peg. So I just like how big this cape is. just might have to turn his arm up a little bit so it looks like he's kind of pushing up that cape a little bit. Maybe. Just a little bit. I mean, he has a bunch of hands and other accessories, so... Yeah, so this is the Gong Studios 1/12 scale Batman. Wow. His shorts kind of seem to want to ride down too a little bit, but maybe that's because I'm moving around. Like I said, I wish this belt would just stick in place a little bit better. But I really love the details on this guy. I mean, geez. Super impressed. Then again, this is my technically second soft goods figure with that three Tree New Toys, Dragon Ranger, whatever they're calling them. Which I have a picture of my Jada Toys Ryu from Street Fighter 2 Ultimate, wasn't it? I think that's the one. So here we go. Other accessories. So we got a more... like, stop dropping things. We got a kind of sneering Batman head. We'll just focus on him. Come on now. Get that angry Batman face to focus, please. Thank you. There it is. I love how it does it like it's a separate piece. You can actually see the nose. We have a Bruce Wayne head sculpt, which is cool to get it if it stay focused. Really like that. We have a grapple piece, like a straight on grapple that plugs into the grapple gun. I gotta get the other tray off. Luckily, this is not taped to it. Okay. Pop this part off. There we go. And we got a Ruffalo hand. We got a down cowl that you'll see when you take it off. Put the Bruce Wayne head on. You can have that just hanging off the back of his neck. It's really cool. You got the Hush wrappings from the cover of one of the issues, I believe it's supposed to be from. You can put it around the head. You got a smaller version of that grapple, which is, I guess before you shoot it off out the grapple gun. You got the... Come on now. Yes, you got the hand with the grapple gun. So you would just take said part and you just plug it into that hole here. So there we have our Batman shooting off the grapple gun. So we got a couple Batarang holding hands. We're just gonna open up the... I don't want to pull them out the tray. You got 3 Batarangs, some kind of loose hands, slight open hands, and kind of gripping hands for the Batarang. So, or Batarang. So that's pretty cool. I have some ideas, but I'm probably gonna wait to do anything on that until after the Superman comes out, which is supposed to ship in February. So I know, because I don't have any other 1/12 soft goods Batman figures. Like I don't have any. This is the first. So I hope I didn't step into a rabbit hole of getting like Jason Todd, Red Hood, or any of that. I hope not. Knowing me, I probably have. Ugh. I never know when to stop. Okay, let's see if I can't get this back in here. Somehow, where's the other tray at? Oh, there it is. I don't want to lose my parts. So, yeah, that was a quick look at that Batman. Again, really impressed with everything. And I don't know if Yimbo will be watching this or not. So, but thank you, bud. We got... I don't know if I'm going to pronounce that right. Laser. I don't know. I'm retarded. I swear. Says I like Jason Todd, so I gotta hate Batman. I mean, you don't have to hate Batman. I mean, stuff happened, you know. But yeah, he's really cool. I do like this figure. I can't wait for Superman. Um, he just looks amazing in general. So yeah, Mr. Ryan Clark, you might be able to get more range out of him to me. I'm gonna heat him up a bit, and I'll take some posing photos later at some point, and hopefully get them posted. I mean, like I said, I've seen a whole bunch of really cool poses for this guy on Instagram already, and a lot of amazing photos using him. So I'm sure you'll pull off something amazing when you do decide to get him. So yeah, he's really cool, and I think I have a place for him on my Batman shelf. So I don't. We'll see. We'll see. But the thing I think a lot of people want to see, even though there's already been a few reviews and unboxings for, I'm trying not to sit this on top of that, and that is the Mark Taylor redesign or concept art version of the Castle Grayskull. Oh, this. I wish I would have set up a camera differently so we could really get into it. Hope I didn't screw that up. But yeah. So here we go. Here's the back of the box, showing some kind of like a really retro looking weird Skeletor. I know he came with something. Some really kind of retro kind of stuff. But for the most part, it's the exact same Castle Grayskull we got earlier in was it 2021 when Origins started. But like I said, I was able to find that original one at my local Myers right before Christmas of that year, or yeah, before Christmas of that year. Or maybe it was 2023. I don't remember when it was. It was whatever. No, it had to be 20. Well, I don't remember what year it was because I know the same year I had my little accident. Anyway, we won't get into that. We'll go ahead and pull this off out because this was an Amazon exclusive. Also, you can get it off of Mattel Creations, I believe. Still, I don't know, but it was $107 on Amazon, and this is not wanting to come out of the box. There we go. Let's see if we can't get this guy. Got one of the floors, the ladder. Got the throne room floor, the trap door. Ooh. Got things falling everywhere. Got a piece of cardboard. Oh. So everything's kind of just weirdly boxed and kind of separated. Not sure how I like how they packed this, but then again, I can't remember how the original Origins one was packed. I definitely do not like how the sticker sheet is packed and all crumpled up. That could be a bit of a pain. And do I notice anything missing on mine? Nothing seems broken on mine. I know Pixel Dan had said one of the pegs on his was broken, which I find that kind of surprising considering how big and beefy the pegs are on here. So that's interesting. I'm not sure how well y'all can hear me or how I'm throwing everything around. We also have our throne with a trap door, slightly wrapped in plastic for some odd or paper for some odd reason. And it's got a little bit of kind of orange paint on that, but mostly kind of I don't know what kind of color that is. Mustard, somewhat spicy mustard. We got our new cannon with the same different kind of color. Definitely different from the original release we got for this castle. We got the training piece here. Got a shield rack. I believe he said that's what that was supposed to be. And we got our little weapons rack. The one thing I think a lot of people are looking forward to is our little spaceman figure armor that the head's already popped off on in the bag. Doesn't look like it's broken. Just looks like it just popped off because of how they packed it. But luckily these figures are meant to pop and stuff. Chaos says audio is fine. That is awesome. Let's see if I can't get him out of the bag here. There we go. So I can pop. Yeah, everything seems fine on the figure itself. Just got to pop the head back on the peg. It also plugs in this little port on the chest thing there. So we'll get that back on there somehow. There we go. Head's kind of loose though. So we got a little spaceman figure armor thing that used to be a piece of cardboard in the original, like old original 80s version. But obviously these figures have more articulation. This figure initially came with a special set. Was it a Power Con set? I don't remember. I know Pixel Dan mentioned it too, and I don't remember what it was, but he did mention that this is got some different parts. The legs are different, the arms are different. Obviously, the colorway is different. It seems to move a little differently than the other Origins figures I have, which I'm not too much of a fan of. The armor piece here is a separate piece. It is something you could pop off, which I don't know if I like that or not. But yeah, here's a closer look at him, if it will focus. Try to hide my own face, so I'll focus on them. There we go. I guess see some of that detail. Mr. Ryan Clark said, yes, it was a PowerCon set. Yeah. But yeah, he's different colors. I don't know. I mean, he looks all right. I mean, it's one of the main reasons why I picked this set up. So just not really just to get this, but then again, like I said, my original Origins Grayskull was a lot cheaper than this. Like I said, this is going for 107 right now on Amazon. Shipping now, I believe it's still in stock, but I have not looked since mine shipped. But let's go ahead and let me see. What did I do? There it is. Because this should have the instructions in it. Again, I think they closed it too tightly with the stickers in there. Watch me struggle. Okay, and this also has our computer screen in it, which is probably another bad idea. So we have a little computer console here. Let me go click that back off of there. We got the platform for the elevator, which should be easy enough. We got another little computer piece that goes in where the throne room is supposed to be. Yeah. Where I feel like I'm missing a couple other parts for some odd reason. I'm sure they will turn up. Oh, they're still showing the box. They're at the bottom of the box. So that's where these other platforms and the flag are at. Yeah, so here's our two other platforms. Put this down. And yes, we have our gun, some weapons, and the flag. So we got all that. And I totally almost spaced on this part because I pulled it out so quickly. The playmat, which was originally supposed to come out with the castle. So you can kind of see how you're supposed to set it up to kind of moat. So obviously where the steps there, that would be where I guess the drawbridge would go down towards, I would suppose. But yeah, just a nice piece of fabric. So it's not like rubber or foam or anything like that. It's just a piece of fabric with some kind of really 80s nostalgia kind of artwork all around it. So pretty cool. So I can't wait to figure out how I'm going to do that one. I know Super 7 was supposed to release something for Cat Slayer, similar to what they had at San Diego when they first announced the Cat Slayer. So I don't know what's going on with that. But look how wrinkled those are. That upsets me a bit. Got different stickers for the flag. You know, different. You got a new sticker for the grate and the rug for the trap door. So, yeah. Hopefully I can straighten these out a little bit. Let's see what we can do. We have our instruction little booklet or paper, page, or whatever, which is fairly straightforward. Does it open up more? I think so. Feels like it does. Yeah, it does open up more. There's that. Shows you where all the stickers are placed. How to open up the castle, and then they got the back there, which shows you how to close it. Doesn't show you how to store it. You just got to fit them all in there like anything else. All right. But let's take a closer look actually at the main castle before I assemble it. And shut it a little bit so we can get a look. So here we got our kind of gray, bluish kind of gray with this really lime green, neon green, whatever you want to call it, all over it. It is really something. Like I said, it's the exact same mold that we got with the original Origins release. But, you know, this isn't painted here, but this is a bit... I think they kind of missed that. I think they should have painted that part myself. They did it on the old one. They painted it brown, so... Heck, not really wanting to plug into that part. We got our little clips here to clip on underneath to keep it locked in tight so you can carry it around. Got our little door here. Do I have anything over here that I can use? Not really the Sword of Grayskull, but or power sword. There you go. The drawbridge opened. Cut like that. So yeah. But you know, same kind of plastic that if you are familiar with that one. Did I really need this? Probably not, since I do have the other Origins one. But it's cool. I mean, it's neat. So let's go ahead and try to get this thing assembled piece by piece. Now, I wish I would have set up a camera so we could see me assembling this. But I think first thing is to maybe try to put some stickers on while the pieces are not attached. And I just threw that instruction manual somewhere. Now I don't know where I put it. Where'd it go? Live television, folks. Live. Okay, so it's not TV. Give me a minute. Oh. How do I lose the instructions already? Oh, see, they're right there. Look behind you, Larry. You'll find it. Okay. Back to where the stickers go. Supposed to be some banners somewhere. And probably in this bag. Yep, the banners are in this bag with the other platforms. Because that also came with the original Origins release. Sometimes I wonder if I should put backing music on. And I always kind of think, oh, it's going to be a while. Especially when I'm doing like building stuff. So yeah, the banners already hung. Which is an interesting little kind of Skeletor type of banner. Was that the only one? Supposed to be a banner. Oh, there's the other banner. But these are nice little fabric banners. No sticker. No piece of plastic. I need to do something to kind of get that fold out, though. It's going to drive me nuts. Okay. So, this should go on the... Yeah, this might work. Just a little bit. If my cable can stay out of the way, it'd be great. So this will plug into this spot here. Right? Or not. Am I the wrong one? I may be. Oh, maybe this one's this one. No. No, it says this one's supposed to be this one. But it can't be. Yeah. I think they got the banners on the other ones. That's odd. Okay, so that one definitely goes there. There it is, clipped in place. This one will go into here. But this is where the cannon attaches. But then again, you can pop these banners off and switch them if you want, whatever side you want to put them on. So they will clip off. How easy? Well, it should just be, yeah, just that easy. Just pull them down. Does not break anything. Just clip it back. So we got that going. Was there supposed to be a sticker on this one? I don't think so. Double checking, making sure I'm not missing something. No, nothing to put on the little computer. That will just plug in over here. This little spot. Got to line up 4 pegs with those holes. Might be easier if I actually put the floor in first. Which will also be easier if I can lock it into place. But we will go and try. I know this might not be as entertaining as I would hope, but hey, I do everything live, so you can get my honest reaction to it. And or frustration. Like this. There we go. No, that is not wanting to work for me. Come on now. Okay, there's that. So the throne room flooring is in. And I just had a part. I don't forget where I put it. Why is it hard for me to keep track of my parts? Okay, let's see. Stickers, stickers, stickers. Instruction. Go ahead and put our elevator floor in. We'll go into here. But you know what? Let's go ahead and get this elevator down a bit. Even though it's caught on its little thing there. There we go. Just to get it out of the way. And we will slide this into place. And so there's our most of our flooring. I got one more panel somewhere. Huh. Got this big computer, which again, I'm going to put the sticker on it before I do anything else. Let's put that down because I know I just put that one part somewhere. Up there it is. Up, and there's the other floor piece. It goes on to the other top. So there we have all of our flooring pieces in place and little banners. We got our little computer here, which goes in like so. Yes. I do have a question for the chat. Did anyone else get anything cool this past week or any other day? You all pick up anything neat? I can't be the only one that picked up a bunch of stuff. If you're Masters of the Universe collectors, what are you looking forward to, or what's your favorite thing? All right, let's go ahead and put the sticker here on the throne since it's not all wrinkled. And it's so, let's see. I'm going to try to just line up to the top here. It's probably more difficult trying to do this with a cable hanging from me than anything else. Oh, actually, you know what? I did that I probably did that better than I thought I could ever manage that on the first try. There we go. Sticker on the throne. Nice and straight and even. Chaos says Cheer Bear. Yep, she picked up a Cheer Bear. Mr. Ryan Clark. I'm in a bit of a dry spell at the moment. Waiting patiently for new releases. I know, man. It's just... it's hard to want to pick up anything new when there's so many, when you got other stuff on the way or on the horizon. I mean, unless you had your pre-orders already paid for, like a lot of the Super 7, or not Super, a lot of Super 7 stuff or stuff that requires you to purchase it prior. There we go. To its release, like Kickstarters or stuff like that. So now we have our throne. We have our throne installed. That's cool. Let's go ahead and put this elevator platform in. I probably should have done that one first too. Probably would have been one of the easier parts. I mean, like I said, I had just spent like, a couple hundred as it was over just on the Batman and the Superman pre-order. And that one, I think the Superman was charged immediately too. It's already paid in full. And that's supposed to ship next month. So there we got our elevator is now combined. A little pulley. I wish there was a better way of keeping it up though, instead of just like latching it onto something. Keeping it in a position. So there's that. Let's see if I can't get this wrinkly rug. She put batteries in her chipper and lights up and talks. Oh, it was like a 2002 release, I think it was supposed to be, or something like that. Cheer Bear. Let's see if I can't get this wrinkly sticker on here. Make sure I put that on straight. That's going to be... this is one of those ones I wish I would have put on prior to getting this on here, but we'll do what I can and see how well I can get this on. Oh, come on. I'm not that good. Oh. Even with the wrinkle, I still somehow get it on here perfect. There we go. So we got the rug sticker on. Says, I've been better at not buying stuff just for the sake of buying stuff. It still happens, but I'm working on... Dude, I hear you. I'm still trying to work that out. I'm still trying to keep myself, but as soon as I saw that Mezco set and I had myself on that wait list, it's like... because I saw them on a set that one of the customizers had at Legion's Con, because he did a big old command center and he had those. Like, that's the first time I saw them in person. It's like, I actually want those. They actually had all the 3 zeros except for the 3 0 Mighty Morphin thing, Zeo Rangers or Fig Zero figures, the 1/12, 1/6 scale figures. But like, that set for the 6 was over $600. So I mean, if I just got that alone, I would have spent technically a little less maybe than what I spent altogether today. Just a little bit. So I need to keep myself... I talked myself the last 2 weekends not going to this place, and like I really want to check it out, and of course I spend money. So I can't go anywhere without spending money. So, all right, let's go ahead and put this sticker on the big old computer console and have that installed. Go ahead and get that peeled off of here. And she says, yep, 2002 release. Says, I knew Larry was getting those as soon as I saw them. I had to talk myself out of buying the baby Ninja Turtles. Yeah, they had the NECA movie, like baby turtles, radical, 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 radical. They have a decent selection of AWOC. They didn't have like all the AWOC, obviously, but they did have one of those PowerCon brute ones. there. They had a couple of the other brute, big gorillas, but they also had one of the PowerCon ones. But that was the last original Pale, I guess original Pale, well, original 6-inch Primal Series Pale from Wave 1. Series 1, Wave 1. So that was one of the ones I was looking for. He was sold out everywhere else that I knew of, except for maybe BBTS. I still need, was it Viral? The white Fearless one, the white and purple. The white with the purple armor and stuff. I need him still. And that's really the only other one I need besides Void. But when he pops up in stock, I'll probably pick him up. I need to stop being such a completionist, but it's like if I'm going to get this stuff, I'm going to go all out on it. Let's see. How is this part supposed to go on? The great one's kind of bent up even more. Oh, we'll see. I hope this is entertaining for people. I don't know how entertaining it is to watch a grown man put stickers on a place. Okay, come on. It doesn't want to come loose in this one little corner. There we go. Well, it says this is the direction to put it in, so I guess that's the direction, but the sticker is not a complete rectangle like the hole is. So we will do our best to at least get it in the vicinity, which it looks like I did a pretty decent job. Yeah, pretty decent. I'm happy with that. So now we have our little dungeon grate thing. Imagine that you're dropping them, even though it's still not technically right underneath the trapdoor. So now the only stickers are for the flag, which I have to get out of the baggie. So right there, that's pretty much the assembled Castle Grayskull minus the laser cannon, which you can put on either this end, which is where it's normally depicted, blah, 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 blah. Or you could put it over on this one too, but that's normally where the flag goes. So, yeah, so we got that. And you know what? I might open up that point thread just to make sure that part fits here. It should. Like I said, it's the same mold as the original Origin, so the point thread should fit. It just won't look like it belongs because it's different color. All right, where's that knife? I'm tired of trying to pull this tape. There we go. And then I'm dropping things. What just fell? Okay. One of the little swords fell out. Kind of weird mustard colored little sword, like practice sword for the weapons rack. We got a laser blaster. We got a nice little, that's not a mace. Not a morning star technically either. I don't know what, I would just call it a mace. Let's call it a mace. And we got a halberd. All in that kind of weird mustard color. And we got the flag. Now, it says the bad guy one should be on this direction. The good guy one should be on this direction. We got a new person in the chat. What's up, RAR 2.0? How is it going? Hopefully you're having a fantastic weekend. I'm trying not to make a racket while I put these stickers on this new Castle Grayskull. So we'll go and put this new evil bad guy sticker here on our flag. So let's see if I have this well of luck as I've had so far. So far, so good. So there's that on our little flag. Now we got to put the heroic one on. I don't know if I prefer these ones over the original or not. I would have to run into the living room to pull that one out for off the castle to compare. But if you want a true comparison, you can also check out Pixel Dan's full review of this playset. He does bring out the Origins one, and I think he does bring out, I believe he brings out the original one too. But there we go. We got the remaining stickers on. I did a pretty good job, I would have to say so. Yeah, so we got that. We will plug that onto the top of our brand new Mark Taylor. I keep saying Matt Taylor. Mark Taylor design recolor of the Castle Grayskull and this weird kind of lime green and kind of grayish blue. The eyes are still got that nice darkness. I really love this mold compared to the original. Nothing against the original. The original one is obviously classic, but the Origins one, I think they just refined it so much better, and I think just looks more. The one it's cleaner, and I don't know if that's a good thing or I guess it's a preference. If you like it not as, because they don't have like a lot of black all over the front. It wasn't just like in the recesses of the eyes and the nose. It was kind of just there. But yeah, so there's the castle all assembled, and I wish I had a camera set up to actually really kind of set it up and look with the mat. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing, like I said, nothing different from the Origins. You got our ladder here, which it has recesses right here for it, or over here on the bottom, depending on how you want to set it up. We also got the weapons rack, which we still need to put the weapons on, which I kind of just threw up here all willy-nilly. It actually does show you how the weapons are supposed to go on here. Yep, and there's how it shows how the weapons go. There it is. Yeah, it's supposed to be shield one, but you can put the other weapons on there, on that eagle. But I think I'm just going to set up on the weapons rack as shown. Sword goes on this weird low one, even though it does not sit well enough for me. Let me sits better there. The gun has that little peg hole in it, so you just kind of plug that into that peg there. Says I remember Pixel Dan testing the vintage point dread on the Origins, and it worked. Yeah, yeah. See, I don't have the vintage. Well, I never had the vintage one anyway. So since it was only $15 for it, I always wanted a Talent Finder, even though I don't have a lot of Origins figures. Technically, all my Origins figures are the MOTU Thundercats. So, I mean, besides the sorceress that came with the Origins release, with the white, so we have our weapons rack all loaded up. So that's cool. I set that in there for now. Got our weapon, got our little training thing. But I got everything set up on this, and I'm clicking weird buttons, and I don't know why. I did not hit that. I did not want to hit that. There we go. I don't know how to get that off of there. I don't know. I got it somehow on full screen now, my thing, and now I'm freaking out. Because something hit my keyboard and hit a button I didn't want it to hit. Now I have to figure out how to fix it. I'll figure it out later. It's not that important. It ain't screwing anything up. But here we got our castle. We got our little robot armor guy. We can just sit there. There's actually a little peg there too, so you can just plug that into his foot if you get him standing up. And you just set him there permanently as a suit of armor if you want, just like the cardboard counterpart was in the original castle. Which the Origin one did not even have that. The Origin one didn't have anything until you got that PowerCon exclusive set. So you go turn that on. There's the trap door opens. When you turn the throne, but obviously you got to set the floor up before you can turn the throne back around to lock it back into place. There we go. So there we go. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's not really a lot to it. It is as Pixel Dan says, it's a refresh. So But should I go ahead and open up that Point Dread? I mean, it should fit. I mean, obviously it should fit. It, like I said, it's the exact same. So, I mean, it's the exact same kind, you know, they released earlier. And the only real reason I wanted it because it connected to the castle. And I just want all the parts for the castle. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just open it. I'm impatient. I was actually, they did have the Masterverse Revelations Battle Cat. And I was really tempted to pick that up since I do have the Anniversary He-Man. And I think that would still work well with him. You know, a lot of people have problems with that head sculpt. Like, I think it looks fine. I mean, I don't know. You want to look dead-eyed? Kind of like the original He-Man. At least everything's really nicely in its tray here. Okay, we got our little perch for our Talon Fighter. We got the claws or landing gear, or however you want to call it. I don't drop it. It's a lot of parts. We got the cannons. We got the handle, which is one of the play features for it. We have instruction for the Point Dread Talon Fighter. So many parts. So many parts. Okay. Oh, it also plugs onto the hover stand that came with the was it Wind Raider? That's cool to see. So here we got one part of the Point Dread. This is a little command port. If you didn't want to connect it to the top of Castle Grayskull. It's kind of cool. Got a little, already have all those stickers on, which is great because I do not want to have to put stickers on again. Okay. And we have our main cockpit of the Talon Fighter, which just hinges shut. Which, there it goes. I have to push a little bit forward on it. There we go. I actually kind of like how that looks. Really like the cockpit design on there. Translucent windshield. Also love it having a windshield. So we got our little satellite dish with that little piece there. We got the wings, left and right wing, and of course the main other part of Point Dread. Which should be the piece that fits on top of the castle, which I would have to unplug the flag if it will come off now. There it goes. That should plug. Yeah, it just pretty much just rests. It doesn't really even like connect. So let me lift it up. Let me move this out of the way real quick, and then we'll assemble it. Ooh. Let me actually take that out. I got paper everywhere now. Okay. So yeah, it just rests on top of it. Doesn't even click on or nothing. It just, I mean, it should. Yeah, there it does. It's not as secure as I would like it to. It only plugs in, kind of holds on to the front. But, you know, it doesn't really match well with this version. This will definitely go on my original Origins one. That's really cool. That definitely will fit. I'm dropping parts everywhere. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this thing assembled. I don't think there's a right or wrong way on how this plugs into Point Dread. No, doesn't say. Even though technically the instructions start with the there's the perch. Starts with actually building the Talon Fighter. So we will grab our Talon fighter here and assemble the wings, which are marked. This one's for the right. Ooh, come on. Come on now, get in there. There it goes. We got our right wing. There we go. Left wing. We got our... These should be self-explanatory. Just clip right on in. Go ahead and close that top. I am surprised. Okay, there's the word it says to put the handle on. There we go. Clips on real easy. Handle just plugs right there. So, pretend you're flying. You think it would need a bigger wingspan though. Now you can either put this satellite on here, or if you want, you can put the cannons on there. But we will just keep the satellite because that's usually how it is depicted. So there is that. But yeah, we just put this onto the little point dread here, or at least this bottom part here. Make a separate little gunner station. So you can put that like in front of your castle or something, or maybe by the back wall. Something of that nature. Because it does not act, this one does not connect or fit anywhere else. So it's a nice little extra like dio piece, if you want to call it that, or play feature. But then you got this. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could just plug that into that and make that a whole different separate perch. And you just take, because there are peg holes there with the pegs matching, just sit it there. And it just sits. And you have a place to park your Talon fighter. So yeah, cool. I was waiting for this. I'm glad I was able to catch it in the wild. So yeah. And that will just sit there. If I can get it plugged back onto the castle. Eventually. It worked for me before, now it doesn't work. There we go. There it is. So now, just perched. Like so. Again, doesn't match this one. This will go into the other one. Where I currently have my cartoon collection version of Orko. He's like the only actual other Origins figure besides the MOTU Thundercat crossover. Figures like, got Tigra here. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and have him. Who do I have in here? I think I only have Tigra, Chitara, Battle Cat Man currently in here. So let's go ahead and get Battle Cat Man in there. Maybe I should take his little hand weapons off. And go ahead and get him in there. It's kind of odd. Hands on those controls. If I can actually get him to sit. Yeah, I have to get him to sit better. Oh, yeah. Jeez. Are you just that bulky? You just don't fit in here, Battle Cat Man? Maybe we just won't try to put your hands on the handlebars. There we go. He kind of squishes on there. Let me pop that back off. So we got Battle Cat Man. So he technically fits. I think if I took off his helmet, he'd fit a little bit better. I think it's kind of pushing down on his face now. But yeah, it's a really bulky flying machine that doesn't really seem like it should be able to fly with such little wings. But hey, science fiction. Obviously, Mum-Ra here won't fit, or Skull-Ra. I'm sure Tigra will fit better. He has to, right? So we got Tigra here in his little MOTU inspired battle armor. Go ahead and see if I can't get his legs to work. Get him to sit in here a little bit better than Battle Cat Man. Just a little bit better. Now he's supposed to apparently be able to fit 2 people in here, I think, but yeah, he definitely fits in a lot better. So we got our Thundercat scientists flying around. So yeah, that's cool. I'm going to put that back on here for now. So yeah. So anybody got anything else they want to ask or talk about before I bring up the Instagram page, which I did have it up here, and I got to bring it back up. I do not have it set. Share screen. But we'll go ahead and bring up, because this is the place I finally decided to visit today. This is the toy department over in Fairfield, Ohio. If I can just get that to not be like that. So yeah, let me get this on here. It is a really nice toy store over in Fairfield, Ohio. They buy vintage toys. Say no collection is too big or too small. You pay cash for toys. Buy, sell, and relive, it says. But yeah, it's prices weren't like absorbently crazy. They did have some open box McFarlane '89 Batmobiles for like $50. Even out of box DC collectibles version of the animated Batmobile that I already have, and the McFarlane re-release. The Batwing, they did have a Batwing, but I don't remember how much it cost. From Batman the Animated Series. One thing I was hoping to find that I didn't was one of the 150 scale Hot Wheels. I'm looking for that 89 Batwing for that collection. It's nice. I bought Monster in My Pocket trading cards. Yep, they had a bunch of vintage trading cards, still sealed everywhere. Did not see this, but they have a whole bunch of Hot Toys. Some Black Series, and pretty much anything you can think of. They had Cosmic Legions. I was tempted to pick up a Cosmic Legion just for a custom I've been thinking about, because it has the body I want. Which, let's see, where is it? So here's they have a ton of Transformers. They have some of the HasLabs, like they have the Rattler. They have a couple His tanks. Because the Rattler was the only one I didn't get. They had a couple Dragonflies as well. A lot of cool, some vintage, a lot of new stuff. But I've been checking out their Instagram for a while, and so I've known about them for years. There's another one over in Indiana. I keep forgetting the name of it off the top of my head. But a lot of Ninja Turtles, a lot of Funkos, of course. So like everyone has Funkos. They have one whole side that's all just Marvel, like vintage Toy Biz and Marvel Legends, and a whole other side that's all DC, like right across from one another. So they had a lot of stuff. Obviously, didn't have everything I was trying to find, but they did have most of it. Model kits, you name it, they got it. Games, and pretty much for the most part, you name it, they got it. Wasn't looking for any Mezcos. I'm sure they had some Mezcos somewhere. I did see a whole bunch of other 112 collective, bunch of Star Wars. I don't know, because Christmas. They always post stuff. They do a live stream every now and again on Instagram. Says Jonathan said he thought the Batwing was around 150. But Pumpkinhead, there's a Pumpkinhead statue that she saw. She didn't notice it at first, but yeah. I was tempted about it. Again, I don't know where I'm going to put the Batwing at all. I don't have an idea where I would even hang it. Wrestler figures, yes, they had a bunch of wrestling figures. Had a whole big section of wrestling figures, WWE. See, no, I didn't see the Batmobile, but they did have the figures. I did see the figures up there. I didn't see this Batmobile there, so that Batmobile might have already sold. At the point this was posted 3 days ago. But yeah, I mean, they're always getting new stuff in. But it was really fun to finally getting a chance to go up there. I've been wanting to do it for the last 2 other weeks, and I keep talking myself out of going. So today I was like, you know what? It was nicer out. We said, yeah, let's go ahead and head on out. Like, I was really tempted. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Get over here. I was really tempted on this Superman figure here, but it's Sideshow, and I don't do a lot of I don't do any 1/6 figures. Lord of the Ring bus. Like I said, I saw some Shadow figures. I've seen some. So here's a Hush Nightwing, but I think that's like Mattel or DC Collectibles, I think. But it's not New 52. I need a New 52. It's either I need a New 52 Robin or a New 52 Nightwing. Yeah, they had a huge Spawn. Yep, Chaos is right. They had a huge Spawn collection as well. Yeah, so I think this is one of my newest favorite toy stores to go to, even though it's about a 40-minute drive up north from where we're at. But hey, it's still better, than driving 2 or 3 hours to a place. So, I mean, we have some retro stores here, but nothing with that kind of collection. It's a DC Direct Nightwing. See, that's what I thought. I figured it was. It looked like it was a DC Direct because of how the box was. It's kind of similar to my Justice League New 52 Hawkman DC collectibles. DC Collectibles, DC Direct. It was all technically somewhat the same thing. I mean, the same company, just different moniker. Because I was looking for that DC Collectibles one because I had that 6-pack of the New 52 Justice League, and I needed that one to go with my superpower statues. Now I just got to find me a JLA or Total Justice Wonder Woman. I don't think they did a Total Justice Wonder Woman. I know they did a Huntress. And I do believe they did do a Total Justice Robin. Because I don't think they ever did a JLA like version of Nightwing or anything. That weird posing. So just for this one, how I want this shelf to look, even though I got all these other JLA figures, and they did have a JLA figure I didn't have still in box. Wasn't a bad price because the yellowing on the package, but I mean, yeah, Marvel Legends, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, they even had the Mondo stuff, as you can see. He's like, I wasn't doing the Mondo. And I can't do the 1/6 scale Mondos. I can't. You're lucky I'm doing the 1/12 scale Mondo MOTU, which is only the 2 figures. I'm only doing He-Man and Skeletor for the 20X stuff. So I can't wait for those to start coming in. I don't know what the release date schedule is on those. But yeah, so here's some of the Spawn. Got some Kiss stuff, Spawn stuff. They had a lot of those Ben Cooper kid figures. They had the Kiss ones. They had, the superhero ones. So a lot of ones I was kind of looking for like earlier in the year, and I could have picked up. I never did. But yeah, I'm not sure if this set here was the Peter Venkman set or not for the Mondo Real Ghostbusters. It was the only set I saw, but I don't know if it was the Peter Venkman and Sam Hain set or not. I didn't even ask, but I'm still kind of curious which one it was. Yeah, tons of Power Rangers. If you need figure stands or protective boxes for if you're an inbox collector, they got all those. The star cases. So now we found where we get these black little doll stands, figure stands. they're like $5 a piece, no matter what size. So that's something we will be looking at the next time we are down there, which might be a while. I gotta kind of keep my funds in check. So here's their Mythic Legion wall or section. You know, you got your Stratos homage, you got your Webster homage. There's the Stinkor homage that she picked up. That was the only one they had there, I think. Maybe there was another one back there. There was a few. Some of them they had multiples. I didn't see any of the Terpiculies left. They did have a bunch of him. They did have him. They still had a lot of these still there in the same spots. This was posted like a week ago. So, but I just picked up those sets. And of course, I got the vampire guy here, which I don't think I see him on here from this photo. So he might have been on one of the other further pegs. But yeah, so you got that. You got the Cosmic Legion section, which is a lot smaller of a section compared to the Mythics. Of course, there's above where the Mythics are. They got, you know, the trolls and the horses. Yeah, there were more than one, she says, of the Stinkor homage. But, you know, it's tempting to get those horses, though. I love the horses. They even had the donkey. I didn't realize they had a donkey. Like, when did they do a donkey? But yeah, that was like a donkey head sculpt on this one. I was like, at first I thought that was Boris, but no, because I already have the zombie one whose name escapes me. But they had the fire one, they had the skeleton one. They didn't have the demon bat one, vampiric one. Actually, I think that was all for those, right? Yeah, that was all on that section. That might help me if I was on the right thing. There we go. Yeah, more figures. That was the last one on that one. Yeah, they had some of those Delta 17 figures too, and a bunch of other like independent third-party companies. I didn't see any of those other ones. See, there we got the Rattler there, his tank, the Dragonfly, more Joes. I mean, just their selection is great. And I was really tempted though to pick up the Funko DC Primal Age Batcave, since I had this Castle Grayskull, and that was like for like $60. So I was really tempted to pick that up. They had one in stock because last time I saw it, it was at my local comic shop a couple years ago, and they had it for like $200. It's like, I'm not paying $200 for that. Yep, sealed in the cases, never opened. Silverhawks and real Ghostbusters, Ewok, Return of the Jedi, or does that say Revenge of the Jedi? I can't tell. Probably says Return. Excuse me. No, and I didn't notice any visionaries anywhere, but I really wasn't paying too close attention to what was in the cases, for the most part. I did notice that they had a actual Japanese Power Morpher Dino Buckler, the Japanese version, like the original one that says Jew Ranger, because those ones had the actually originally did come with the buckle to attach it to on your belt, where the American release didn't have. So it was like I wasn't paying what they wanted. I think that was for $200 for that vintage one and not in box, probably because it was an import. But yeah, so there's more pictures of this place. So if you're ever in the kind of Southwest Ohio area, near Cincinnati, check out the toy department over in Fairfield, Ohio. I mean, they're not. I didn't even mention that I had a show. I just kind of just bought stuff, just went in and bought it. But yeah, if you're ever there, check them out. Definitely a if you're a toy collector, a worthwhile stop if you collect a lot of different stuff. Because they have almost everything. I mean, they had AWOC. They even had the 4-inch AWOCs, which I wasn't able to get any pictures. My phone was already almost dead, and I needed it for the GPS so I can make sure I don't miss my exits, because I'm not too familiar with Fairfield myself. But yeah, check them out. Let me go ahead and get myself back onto here. But yeah, so that was my day today, where we got all those. And I think I will save those other figures I got to open probably next week. I know I keep saying we're going to open up some of my girlfriend's Godzillas, but if you notice, they're not in my background because she actually found a place to put them. They're technically in her bookshelves, not opened, but they're in her display shelves currently, at least most of them. So, but I think we're almost at an hour and a half, and I think we're going to call it a night. I want to thank everyone for stopping by and hanging out. Chaos as well. You know, my girlfriend always in the chat. Mr. Ryan Clark, it was always great to see you pop up. If you're wanting to pop back on the show at some point, let me know, man, and we'll schedule something. If you want to open up something, hang out, talk about toys, whatever you want to talk about that's not having to do with toy photography or anything else, you let me know, brother. I'd love to have you back on. Also, my buddy Johnny, I will eventually get to building another Gundam kit as soon as I pick up one I like. And we can talk about more Gundam stuff. Definitely want to do more of that. But until next weekend, I will hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your weekend on this MLK weekend. Don't know if everyone else is off like I am on Monday. I don't plan on doing anything but playing video games probably, unless I get impatient. Any master grades. I'll get something eventually. There's definitely, I want to get a Death Scythe at some point. Have a good night, dude. Next time I'll have something to open, I'll join you. I mean, I'll look forward to it, man. We'll hang out and we'll open some figures and talk toys. I always like getting to hang out with you, man, whenever we can. Again, this Batman is cool, Mr. Ryan Clark. I mean, everyone else is raving about it. I'm going to try to mess with him some more. I'm going to heat him up a little bit just to make sure I don't mess anything up, since I'm not used to messing with guys like these kind of figures. But I love them right now. Really cool. And Chaos says, I am going to live stream opening my Monster in My Pocket cards on Monday. So that will probably be on, will that be on your TikTok, or will that be on your Instagram or your YouTube? Because if that's the case, you make sure you post wherever that you're going to do that up on all your socials, so people can make sure they pop in and see that. And I'll make sure I try to share it on my Instagram. So if you're interested on watching her open up Monster in My Pocket playing cards or trading cards, she will be doing that on Monday. Okay. But anyway, if you were new to this channel and like what I do here, please hit that like button, subscribe. And until next weekend, I'll see you all then. Have a good one. Peace. Oh, what the hell? See, there we go. And night, everybody. She says TikTok and YouTube.